Walls. They surround us, don't they? Invisible barriers built by fear, doubt, and despair. Have you ever felt trapped behind one of those walls, longing for freedom? Picture this. You're standing in front of a towering wall, its surface rough, its height daunting. You've tried everything to break through, but it feels like you're fighting a losing battle. But what if I told you that every wall in your life can come down? What if the very breakthrough you've been praying for is just around the corner? Think about the Israelites marching around Jericho. 7 days, 7 times. Silence. Then a shout. Those seemingly impenetrable walls crumbled and a new path emerged. What walls are you facing? Financial struggles? Broken relationships? Spiritual dryness? It's easy to feel hopeless, but remember, breakthroughs often come disguised as challenges. Just when you think you've hit rock bottom, that's when the shift happens. Imagine the moment when every barrier falls away. The freedom, the joy, the promise of new beginnings. Hold on to that vision. You are not alone in this fight. Your breakthrough is on the horizon, and it's time to prepare your heart for what's about to happen. Hampton and Son. Definition of walls in spiritual life. As I sit back and reflect on my spiritual journey, I can't help but think about the walls we all face at different points in our lives. These walls are not made of brick and mortar. They are the challenges and barriers that seem to rise up, blocking our paths and making our journeys feel insurmountable. Whether it's doubt, fear, or external circumstances, understanding what these walls represent is the first step toward overcoming them. It's like being in a maze, where each wall we encounter serves as a reminder of the struggles we face, yet also as a signal that there's a way through, if only we can find it. The truth is, these walls can be daunting. They can come in the form of personal crises, health issues, or even relational conflicts. When you're standing in front of one of these walls, it feels like everything is at a standstill, and the world has come to a halt. You question your faith, your purpose, and sometimes even your very existence. However, it's essential to remember that these walls are not just obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. Each one invites us to dig deep, explore our beliefs, and confront the fears that hold us back. I've found that when I take the time to define these walls in my life, it becomes easier to confront them. It's about naming the fear, acknowledging the doubt, and giving voice to the struggles that feel so isolating. By doing this, I've realized that I'm not alone. Others face similar challenges, and together we can find a way to break through. In many ways, these walls can teach us valuable lessons about resilience, faith, and the power of community. This understanding transforms the way I approach my spiritual life. Instead of viewing walls as barriers, I now see them as stepping stones, each one a chance to grow stronger and more resilient in my faith. It's a perspective shift that has allowed me to embrace my challenges rather than shy away from them. When I encounter a wall, I ask myself what it can teach me and how I can use it to propel myself forward. In the end, recognizing that walls exist is only part of the equation. The real challenge lies in how we respond to them. Do we allow them to paralyze us, or do we muster the courage to push against them? The choice is ours, and it's in that choice that we find the true essence of our spiritual journey. The importance of faith in times of adversity. There's something profoundly powerful about faith, especially in moments of adversity. When life throws curveballs our way, it's our belief system that often acts as our anchor. I've learned that faith doesn't eliminate challenges. Rather, it provides us with the strength to face them head-on. In my own life, I've experienced moments where my faith felt like the only thing keeping me afloat when everything else seemed to be crumbling around me. During these tough times, I've often turned to prayer, seeking guidance and solace. It's remarkable how, in moments of despair, a simple prayer can shift my perspective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the weight of my circumstances, I find that my faith reminds me that I am not alone in my struggles. There's a sense of comfort in knowing that a higher power is holding me, even when I can't see the way forward. This is where I've discovered the profound importance of faith as a tool for resilience. Moreover, faith often leads to hope, and hope can be a powerful motivator. When I hold on to my beliefs, I find that I start to envision possibilities rather than limitations. This shift in mindset is crucial, as it allows me to take actionable steps toward overcoming the challenges I face. I've learned that faith doesn't mean passively waiting for things to get better. It's about actively engaging with my circumstances while trusting that I am being guided toward a resolution. I often think about the stories of those who have walked similar paths before me, who have leaned on their faith during their darkest hours. These narratives inspire me, reminding me that adversity is not a new phenomenon. It's part of the human experience. The characters in these stories faced their own walls, and their faith proved to be a guiding light, leading them through the shadows. This collective history of faith serves as a reminder that I too can overcome my walls. Ultimately, I've come to understand that faith is a journey, not a destination. It's about learning to trust, even when the future seems uncertain. In my moments of adversity, I find strength in my beliefs, and that faith becomes the flame that lights my way through the darkness. It's a reminder that while walls may stand before me, my faith empowers me to face them with courage and determination. Biblical stories of breaking walls. When I delve into the pages of the Bible, I'm often struck by the powerful stories of individuals who faced seemingly insurmountable walls and emerged victorious. One of the most iconic narratives is that of Joshua and the fall of the walls of Jericho. The Israelites found themselves facing a formidable barrier, one that seemed impossible to breach. Yet, through faith, obedience, and divine intervention, those walls crumbled. This story serves as a potent reminder that no wall is too high or thick when we align ourselves with a greater purpose. As I reflect on this story, I can't help but draw parallels to my own life. There have been times when I've stood before walls that felt just as daunting as Jericho's. In those moments, I've often asked myself, what would Joshua do? The answer lies in faith and action. Joshua didn't just sit idly by. He followed the divine instructions he received, marching around the city with his people. Their collective faith and unwavering commitment to the plan led to a miraculous outcome. This teaches me the importance of not only having faith, but also acting upon it. Another powerful story that resonates with me is that of David and Goliath. Here, we see the underdog facing a giant, a literal wall of fear and intimidation. David's faith in God empowered him to confront Goliath with nothing but a sling and a stone. This story reinforces the idea that it's not the size of the challenge that matters, but the strength of our faith. David's victory is a testament to how unwavering belief can help us overcome even the most intimidating obstacles in our lives. I also think about the walls faced by the Apostle Paul during his missionary journeys. He encountered numerous challenges and imprisonments, yet he never wavered in his mission. Paul's letters are filled with encouragement and reminders to hold on to faith even in the face of adversity. His life exemplifies that walls are not meant to confine us. Instead, they can serve as platforms for our testimony and growth. These biblical stories fuel my own faith journey, reminding me that I am part of a larger narrative. Just as these individuals faced their walls and emerged on the other side, so can I. Their experiences inspire me to confront my own challenges with courage, knowing that, like them, I have the potential to break down the walls that stand in my way. Chapter 10. The role of prayer in overcoming challenges. Prayer has always been a significant part of my life, but its role becomes even more pronounced during times of challenge. When I'm faced with walls, the act of praying becomes a lifeline, allowing me to connect with my inner self and with something greater than myself. In those moments of desperation, I often find solace in pouring out my heart, seeking guidance, and simply being present in the stillness. What I've noticed is that prayer serves as a powerful tool for clarity. When I'm surrounded by chaos and confusion, taking a moment to pray often helps me sift through my thoughts and emotions. It's as if I'm laying my burdens at the feet of something larger than my own understanding. This act of surrender is liberating, allowing me to shift my focus from the obstacles before me to the possibilities that lie ahead. Moreover, prayer fosters a sense of community. When I share my struggles with others and invite them to pray with me, I feel a profound sense of support. There's something incredibly uplifting about knowing that others are standing with me in faith, lifting my challenges up to the divine. This communal aspect of prayer reinforces the idea that I am not alone in my struggles. Together, we can face our walls and seek the strength to overcome them. I've also come to appreciate the transformative nature of prayer. It's not just about asking for help, it's about fostering a deeper relationship with God. In moments of prayer, I often find that my perspective shifts. Instead of viewing my challenges as insurmountable walls, I begin to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This transformation is a testament to the power of prayer. It allows me to approach my obstacles with a renewed sense of hope and purpose. In essence, prayer is the bridge that connects my struggles to my faith. It's a reminder that while walls may stand before me, I have the ability to reach out for support and guidance. Through prayer, I've learned that I can face my challenges with courage, resilience, and a heart full of hope. It's a practice that continues to shape my spiritual journey, guiding me through even the most daunting of walls. Personal transformation through difficulties. As I look back on the difficulties I've faced in my life, I can't help but acknowledge the transformative power of those challenges. Each wall I've encountered has been a catalyst for personal growth, pushing me to confront my fears and develop a deeper understanding of my spiritual self. It's often said that adversity shapes character, and I've found this to be true in my own experience. When I'm faced with challenges, it forces me to reevaluate my beliefs and the way I approach life. I've learned that discomfort can be a great teacher. In moments of struggle, I've often found myself asking tough, Madame, the community as support in difficult times. You know, there's something profoundly comforting about being part of a community, especially during tough times. I remember a particularly difficult season in my life when everything seemed to be going wrong. I felt isolated, as if I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. But then I found solace in my church community. It was incredible how just being around people who genuinely cared made all the difference. They became my support system, offering encouragement, prayers, and a listening ear when I needed it most. One thing I realized is that sharing burdens lightens the load. When I opened up about my struggles, I was surprised at how many others had faced similar challenges. It created a bond, a sense of unity that reminded me I wasn't alone in my battles. The church isn't just a building, it's a family. And during times of adversity, having that family around you can be a lifeline, reminding you that you're part of something bigger than yourself. Moreover, the collective prayers of a community can be incredibly powerful. There's a certain strength that comes from knowing that others are interceding on your behalf. It's like having an army of support rallying around you, lifting you up when you feel like you can't stand on your own. Those moments of vulnerability shared in fellowship foster a sense of hope that can break down even the most daunting walls. I've also come to appreciate the wisdom that emerges from community. Sometimes, when we're stuck in our own heads, it's hard to see the way forward. But through conversations with friends and mentors, I've gained insights that have helped me navigate my challenges. Their experiences and perspectives have been invaluable, showing me that there's often more than one way to approach a problem. In a community, we learn from one another, and that shared knowledge can be a game changer. Ultimately, being part of a supportive community not only helps us during tough times, but also strengthens our ties to one another. It fosters a culture of love and compassion, reminding us that we're called to bear one another's burdens. In moments of trial, the community can help us see the light at the end of the tunnel, encouraging us to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Identifying emotional and spiritual walls. One of the most challenging aspects of personal growth is recognizing the emotional and spiritual walls we've built around ourselves. I've spent countless hours reflecting on my life, and I've come to understand that some of the barriers I face are self-imposed. These walls often stem from fear, past experiences, or unresolved issues that prevent me from moving forward. Acknowledging these barriers is the first step toward dismantling them. I remember when I finally faced the wall of fear that had been holding me back. It was a daunting realization, but I knew I had to confront it if I wanted to grow. I started journaling my thoughts and feelings, which helped me identify the roots of my fears. This process was not easy. It required vulnerability and honesty with myself. But once I began to identify these emotional walls, I could take actionable steps to address them. Spiritual walls can be just as insidious. Sometimes we allow doubts or negative experiences to cloud our faith, creating barriers that hinder our relationship with God. I found that prayer and meditation played a crucial role in my journey. By taking time to reflect and seek guidance, I began to dismantle those spiritual walls. Each prayer felt like a brick being removed, allowing more light and understanding into my life. In my experience, talking to trusted friends or mentors about these walls can be incredibly freeing. They often provide insights or affirmations that help me see things from a different perspective. Just knowing that others have faced similar struggles can be a powerful reminder that I'm not alone. It's essential to create a safe space where we can share our experiences and work through the walls that hold us back. As I continue to identify and confront my emotional and spiritual walls, I am learning to embrace the journey of self-discovery. It's not always easy, but each step brings me closer to a more authentic and fulfilling life. By breaking down these barriers, I'm not only freeing myself, but also paving the way for deeper connections with others and a more profound relationship with God. The power of perseverance. Perseverance is something I've come to value deeply in my spiritual journey. There have been moments when giving up seemed like the easiest option, especially when faced with overwhelming challenges. Yet it's in those moments that the true power of perseverance shines. I've learned that pushing through adversity often leads to the most significant breakthroughs in my life. I recall a time when I was working toward a personal goal that felt insurmountable. I faced setbacks and disappointments that made me question whether I was on the right path. However, instead of succumbing to despair, I chose to persevere. Each small victory fueled my determination, reminding me that progress often comes in incremental steps. The process taught me that success isn't just about the end result. It's about the journey and the lessons learned along the way. The Bible is filled with stories of individuals who exemplified perseverance, and they've inspired me to keep going. Characters like Job and Paul faced immense trials, but remained steadfast in their faith. Their stories remind me that perseverance is not just about enduring hardships. It's about maintaining hope and trust in God's plan, even when the path is unclear. It's a lesson I carry with me during difficult times, reminding me that my struggles can lead to growth. I've also discovered that perseverance requires a mindset shift. It's easy to fall into a victim mentality when things get tough. but I've learned to reframe my challenges as opportunities for growth. Embracing a positive outlook has been transformative, allowing me to approach obstacles with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I now ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Ultimately, the power of perseverance lies in its ability to shape our character and deepen our faith. Every challenge I face becomes a stepping stone toward a more resilient spirit. As I continue to cultivate this trait, I find that I am better equipped to handle whatever life throws my way. Perseverance has become not just a survival tactic, but a vital part of my spiritual journey, guiding me toward a more profound understanding of God's purpose in my life. Testimonies of transformation and overcoming. There's something incredibly powerful about hearing testimonies of transformation from others. Personally, I've been moved by stories of individuals who have faced their own walls and emerged victorious. These narratives serve as a reminder that change is possible, no matter how insurmountable the challenges may seem. I often find myself reflecting on these stories when I face my own struggles, drawing strength from the resilience of others. I remember a friend who battled addiction for years. His journey was anything but easy, filled with relapses and moments of despair. However, through sheer determination and the support of his community, he eventually found freedom. Listening to him share his story and the role that faith played in his recovery inspired me to look at my own challenges differently. It was a testament to the power of perseverance and the impact of a supportive community in the healing process. Another story that resonates with me is that of a woman who faced severe depression. For years, she felt trapped in her own mind, battling feelings of hopelessness. Through therapy, prayer, and the support of her friends, she discovered tools that helped her break down her emotional walls. Her transformation was gradual, but hearing her speak about her journey helped me understand that healing often takes time and patience. It's a reminder that we're all on our own unique paths, and that's okay. Testimonies like these remind me of the importance of vulnerability in sharing our struggles. When people open up about their challenges, it creates a space for others to do the same. I've found that sharing my own experiences has not only helped me heal, but also encouraged others to confront their barriers. There's a sense of camaraderie that develops when we share our stories, and it fosters an environment of support and understanding. Ultimately, these testimonies of transformation reinforce my belief that no wall is too high to break down. They serve as a beacon of hope, reminding me that change is not only possible, but often leads to something beautiful. As I continue to navigate my own journey, I carry these stories with me, knowing that they embody the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of faith. The influence of gratitude in Christian life. Gratitude has become a cornerstone of my spiritual life. I didn't always recognize its importance, but as I've grown in my faith, I've come to see how a grateful heart can change everything. Practicing gratitude has a profound impact on my outlook, especially during challenging times. It's as if gratitude acts as a key that can unlock the door to joy, even when circumstances are tough. I've made it a habit to start each day by listing things I'm thankful for. This simple practice shifts my focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. It's amazing how acknowledging even the smallest blessings can create a ripple effect of positivity in my life. When I approach each day with a heart full of gratitude, I find that the walls of negativity and despair begin to crumble. Moreover, gratitude helps me cultivate a deeper connection with God. When I express thanks for His blessings, I'm reminded of His faithfulness and love. It's easy to take things for granted, but practicing gratitude invites me to recognize the countless ways God works in my life. This awareness fosters a sense of trust, allowing me to lean into my faith even when I can't see the bigger picture. I've also noticed that gratitude can be contagious. When I share my thankfulness with others, it often inspires them to reflect on their own blessings. It creates a positive atmosphere, encouraging those around development of spiritual resilience. Building spiritual resilience is like training a muscle. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to face challenges head-on. When I think about resilience, I often reflect on moments in my life when I felt overwhelmed by circumstances that seemed insurmountable. However, it was during these times that I discovered the importance of leaning into my faith. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but learning how to navigate through them with a steadfast heart. One of the strategies that helped me was immersing myself in Scripture. The Bible offers countless examples of individuals who faced incredible trials yet emerged stronger. Reading their stories reminded me that I am not alone in my struggles. For instance, consider Job, who endured unimaginable loss and pain, yet maintained his trust in God. His story serves as a powerful reminder that resilience is rooted in faith and the understanding that God is always present, even in the darkest moments. Another crucial aspect of developing resilience is surrounding ourselves with a supportive community. Engaging with fellow believers who can share their experiences and encouragement creates a safety net during tough times. I've found that discussing challenges with friends who share my faith often leads to new perspectives and insights. These interactions not only bolster my spirit, but also remind me that we are all on this journey together, facing our own walls and barriers. Additionally, self-reflection plays a significant role in building resilience. Taking time to assess my thoughts and emotions helps me identify patterns that may be holding me back. Journaling has been a valuable tool for me, allowing me to articulate my feelings and confront the fears that often lurk in the shadows. This practice not only clarifies my thoughts, but also reveals the areas where I need to cultivate more faith and strength. Lastly, I've learned that resilience is a continuous journey. There are days when my faith feels unshakable, and then there are days when doubts creep in. It's crucial to remember that it's okay to falter. What matters is getting back up and continuing to seek God. Embracing this cycle of struggle and growth has taught me that resilience is not a destination, but a way of life grounded in hope and trust in God's plan. The role of forgiveness in emotional liberation. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for breaking down the walls that we often build within ourselves. I know firsthand how holding on to grudges and past hurts can create emotional barriers that hinder personal growth. For a long time, I harbored resentment towards someone who had wronged me, thinking that my anger would protect me. However, I soon realized that it was only imprisoning me. The act of forgiving began as a daunting task, but it ultimately led to a profound sense of freedom. When I finally decided to forgive, it was not just about letting go of the hurtful actions of others. It was also about releasing myself from the burden of negativity that I had been carrying. The moment I chose to forgive, I felt an immense weight lifted from my shoulders. It became clear to me that forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a process that requires ongoing effort and reflection. Each time I revisit the hurt, I remind myself of the freedom that comes from choosing to let it go. Moreover, forgiveness is intertwined with my spiritual journey. I've learned that God calls us to forgive as He forgives us. Reflecting on my own shortcomings and the grace I've received encourages me to extend that same grace to others. This realization has transformed my perspective on relationships, allowing me to approach conflicts with a heart that seeks reconciliation rather than revenge. Engaging in prayer has also been instrumental in my journey toward forgiveness. Bringing my feelings of anger and hurt before God helps me process these emotions more constructively. I often pray for the strength to forgive, and surprisingly, it's in those moments of vulnerability that I feel God's presence guiding me toward healing. The act of surrendering my pain to Him not only promotes emotional liberation, but also deepens my faith. Lastly, I've discovered that forgiveness fosters deeper connections with others. When I let go of past grievances, I open myself up to rebuilding relationships and forming new ones. It's a beautiful cycle. As I forgive more, I find it easier to trust and love those around me. This newfound sense of community enriches my life and serves as a constant reminder of the power of grace and compassion. The importance of hope in times of crisis. Hope is an anchor in the stormy seas of life. I've often found myself in situations that felt hopeless, grappling with uncertainty and fear. During these moments, holding on to hope has been crucial. It's not merely wishful thinking, it's an active decision to trust in a better future, even when the present feels bleak. This hope is rooted in my faith, reminding me that God has a plan for my life. When I reflect on past crises, it's clear that maintaining hope often shifted my mindset from despair to possibility. For instance, there was a time when I faced significant career setbacks that left me questioning my path. Instead of succumbing to hopelessness, I chose to focus on what I could learn from the experience. This shift in perspective was a game changer, revealing new opportunities that I hadn't considered before. Moreover, surrounding myself with hopeful individuals has made a significant difference in my life. Conversations with those who radiate positivity and faith inspire me to hold on to hope during difficult times. Their stories of perseverance and triumph serve as reminders that challenges can lead to unexpected blessings. I've learned that hope is contagious. When I see others thriving despite adversity, it reignites my own sense of possibility. Practicing gratitude is also intertwined with fostering hope. I've noticed that when I take time to acknowledge the blessings in my life, even amidst struggles, it cultivates a hopeful outlook. This practice shifts my focus from what's lacking to what I have, reinforcing the belief that good things are still possible. Gratitude acts as a lens through which I can view my challenges, reminding me that they are often temporary and can lead to growth. Ultimately, hope is a choice I make daily. It's about trusting that regardless of my circumstances, there is a greater purpose at work. This belief fuels my resilience and gives me the strength to face whatever comes my way. In times of crisis, hope becomes a lifeline, guiding me toward a future filled with potential and promise. The vision of the future and divine purpose. Understanding that our struggles are part of a larger divine narrative can be both comforting and empowering. I've often grappled with the question of why certain challenges arise in my life. However, as I've grown in my faith, I've come to realize that these obstacles often serve a greater purpose. Each trial is an opportunity for growth, refinement, and ultimately, a deeper connection with God. When I look back on my life, I can see how specific challenges shaped my character and faith. For instance, periods of uncertainty forced me to rely more heavily on God, leading to a stronger relationship with Him. This realization has helped me embrace difficulties rather than resist them. I've learned to ask myself what I can learn from each challenge and how it might be preparing me for something greater ahead. Moreover, having a vision for the future rooted in God's purpose has become a guiding principle in my life. I've found that when I align my goals with what I believe to be God's will, I can navigate obstacles with a sense of direction and hope. This alignment infuses my efforts with meaning, transforming mundane tasks into steps toward fulfilling a divine plan. Prayer plays a crucial role in clarifying this vision. I often spend time seeking God's guidance, asking Him to illuminate the path ahead. During these moments, I find that my fears and uncertainties are alleviated, replaced by a sense of peace and assurance. It's incredible how God can shift my perspective, revealing possibilities I hadn't previously considered. Ultimately, embracing the idea that my challenges are part of a larger plan allows me to approach life with a sense of purpose. I've learned to trust that each hurdle I face is an essential step in my journey. This perspective not only bolsters my faith, but also inspires me to encourage others who may be struggling to see beyond their immediate circumstances and recognize the beautiful tapestry being woven in their lives. Spiritual rituals and practices for overcoming. Engaging in spiritual rituals and practices has become a cornerstone of my journey toward overcoming challenges. These activities serve as anchors in my life, grounding me in faith and providing a sense of stability when the storms of life hit. I've found that incorporating regular practices into my routine not only strengthens my connection with God, but also fortifies my spirit against adversity. One of the most impactful rituals for me has been daily prayer. Setting aside time each day to communicate with God allows me to express my fears, hopes, and gratitude. In these moments of vulnerability, I feel a profound sense of peace wash over me. Prayer has become my lifeline, reminding me that I am never alone in my struggles. It's in these conversations that I receive clarity and strength to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Another practice that has enriched my spiritual life is meditation on Scripture. Taking time to reflect on specific verses helps me internalize God's promises and wisdom. I often choose passages that resonate with my current struggles, allowing their truths to permeate my heart and mind. This meditative approach transforms Scripture from mere words on a page into a living guide for my daily life. Additionally, engaging in community worship has proven essential in overcoming challenges. There's something powerful about gathering with others who share a common faith. Singing praises, hearing testimonies, and participating in communal prayer creates an atmosphere of support and encouragement. These collective experiences remind me that we are part of something greater than ourselves, and together we can face any obstacle. I've also found that acts of service can be a transformative spiritual practice. Engaging in activities that help others not only shifts my focus away from my challenges, but also fosters a sense of purpose. Whether volunteering at a local shelter or simply lending a listening ear to a friend. As we wrap up today's exploration, remember this: every wall in your life can come crumbling down. Just like the walls of Jericho, your struggles may seem insurmountable, but with faith, they can be brought to the ground. Have you ever faced a challenge that felt impossible? Think about it. What walls are standing between you and your breakthrough? I want you to take a moment and visualize those barriers. Now, imagine the moment when they come crashing down. Feel that weight lift off your shoulders. God has a plan for your life, and it's bigger than you can imagine. He's working behind the scenes, orchestrating your victory. But here's the question: are you ready to step forward in faith? Are you willing to trust that your breakthrough is just around the corner? Remember, even when you feel alone, you're never truly abandoned. The most significant transformations often happen in the darkest hours. So, I challenge you, hold on to hope, keep believing, and prepare for the incredible things that are about to unfold. Let's stay connected as we journey through these powerful truths together. What's the first step you'll take today to break down those walls? Share your thoughts below and let's inspire one another.